AI didn't kill storytelling. It just made it the only thing left worth paying for. This is Carsten Uncut. 15 years of leading sales teams across EMEA, several thousand pitches, and the pattern is clear. Here is what you will learn in the next 6 minutes. 2 traps that kill deals before they start, and 3 shifts on how you run a sales team in 2026, and 1 question to carry into your next pitch review. The last one will stop you mid-sentence. Stay with me. If that sounds like the conversation your team is missing, tap on like right now. It tells the algorithm to put this in front of more sales leaders who need to hear it. So here's trap 1. I've watched it happen in rooms in Madrid, Frankfurt, London, Milan, everywhere. The presenter loads the deck, they click, 47 slides, the buyer's checking email by slide 12, by slide 25, the deal is already lost. The slides are doing the work, and the person is not even in the room. Trust does not survive that. The deck did not lose the deal. The deck was the deal you lost. Trap 2 is less obvious, and it is where most experienced reps get caught. The moment your rep lists capabilities, uptime integrations, scalability, certifications, the buyer will open a spreadsheet and you're on row number 1. Your competitor is on row number 2. They tick boxes. You have just commoditized yourself. You handed them the comparison grid. The competitor has exactly the same list, and you will both lose to whoever cuts price more. This is not a sales conversation. This is a request for proposal pretending to be one. So how to reframe? The buyer does not want your platform. They want the night they sleep through, the board review that does not go sideways, the team that does not quit, the 2 a.m. call that does not come. Nobody ever wrote a purchase order for a feature. They wrote it for the version of their job that comes after. Describe the buyer's Monday morning after the deal closes, in their words, with their specifics, and then stop talking. 3 weeks ago, I sat in a deal review that proved this in real time. 2 presenters, same product, same data. One opened with a slide on platform architecture, and the other opened with a single sentence. I want to talk about the call your CFO will not have to take in November. You already know which deal is closer to closing. Quick pause here. If your sales team is still leading with the deck, this channel is where that changes. I publish one of those every Tuesday. Hit subscribe so you do not miss the next one. So now back to it. 3 shifts for leaders. Shift number 1, burn the standard deck. Build the conversation. The deck is the table stake now. The conversation is the sale. If your team is leading with the deck, they're leading with the part that is free. Shift number 2, stop training your team on the product. Train them on the customer's Monday morning. Product knowledge is a search query. What separates the closer from the presenter is whether they can describe specifically in the buyer's language what changes for the buyer after the deal lands. Run your next sales pitch review on that single question. Shift number 3, make the trusted person visible, not just the solution. In 2026, the differentiator is not the platform. It is the person the buyer trusts enough to write the check. That person needs to be in the room, on the call, in the narrative, and not hidden behind a deck. Which brings me to the 1 question I said would stop you mid-sentence. Before your next pitch, ask your rep this. If your laptop died mid-presentation and you had to keep talking for 10 minutes, what would you say? If they cannot answer that, they do not know the story. And if they do not know the story, the buyer will not trust them enough to buy. Carry that into your next pitch review. What is the 1 sentence your team should open with instead of the deck? Drop it in comments. I read every reply and I will tell you honestly whether it lands. This is episode 27. If this is the conversation your team is not having out loud yet, that is exactly why this channel exists. Episode 14 is the most watched episode on this channel. I broke down why truth-telling outperforms tactics by a factor of 30. It is in the link right here, so start there.